Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can make hyper-realistic influencers, okay? And those influencers can be anything that you desire. Now with these influencers we can have male, female, hyper-realistic animals, talking animals, even children, aliens, and even Pixar style characters, and even talking objects. So just imagine if you're trying to promote products and services, or you're trying to educate, entertain, whatever it may be, even train, then this will allow you to make hyper-realistic AI influencers, but also you can have them become consistent characters in your campaigns or your series that you want to create. So having said that, let's look at some of the videos that have been created. So here's some realistic characters that we've created beforehand, and you'll see some of the quality that you can create. So even with this gentleman here, this human,
but I have got something to say.
The quality will be tremendous. It's been updated to 3.5, so you can just imagine with the facial expressions, even the voice, and even the lip sync and movement has been catered to be a very high level, so you can't distinguish between something that's fictitious or real. Okay, so you can have singing, replicate motions, any dance move you can model that and create your own. However, here's the key thing: when you're creating a influencer, sometimes you may want to create an influencer but have that level of consistency where you can have your character in multiple different scenes, whether they're talking, and we're going to look at also something called Video Express, where you can actually have those animated and add motions into your videos to make one beautiful output. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and look at Create Video. Now with Create Video, you're going to see so many different options, whether you want your character singing, maybe dancing. You can replicate motion, whether it's speaking and even dancing, which makes it even more powerful for whether it's your own face, maybe your client's face, whatever project that you may have in mind, you have that ability now to do so. So we've got human video, 2D, 3D cartoon video, and even animal and fantasy videos for your projects. Okay, so straight away let's go ahead and look at a human video. Now with the human video, you're going to have a couple of choices here, both high quality, close-up, okay, and with the second high quality, it's not going to be a close-up, it's going to have more of your torso. The only difference with the normal one is that you'll have more time for your clips because it's a normal quality opposed to the high quality. However, even if you do create unlimited number of clips, you can always merge them together, and make unlimited videos, and as long as you so desire. So for this one, let's go for a high quality. I select next. I've got the ability to choose from 9:16, which is mobile optimized, or I can have desktop YouTube variation. Let's create a new character. And now what you're going to find from this, first of all, we can distinguish male or female. Here we would actually add our prompts. So there's a guide here. If you do want to use these prompts, you can do, or you can simply put in your prompt, whether it's a male, a character, a bottle, whatever human you want to put, you can put that information in there and it will generate you a character. Okay, or you can test them out using these prompts here of the humans. Okay, now secondly, another powerful feature is, yes, you can have consistent characters here, so you can choose from your media library where you can upload your own images, or you can use directly from the library. And what this means is that when you upload an image here and then you select any particular image from your library, say for example if I use this human image here, I can now directly use this image. Okay, it's going to analyze, and that's it. I don't need to add a prompt. I don't need to generate a version of it or recreate it. It's done. That's it. That's all you have to do, and you can simply select next. Now, before doing so, if you want to have a consistent character and you want to kind of change the background, so on and so forth, you can just recreate the subject, but maybe change the background and customize it to your liking. Okay, and another port of call is, if I just show you this, if we go to choose from media library, or what we do, let's just type in a professional male in the office with staff, or let's just keep it in the office. Okay, so that's a very short prompt. I mean, you could really extend it, put out more information, but the AI will actually extend that prompt for you. And let's go to regenerate. So that'll discard our other image. We don't need that. I just want to show you both versions, so you have flexibility of using, the generation here. So this is going to be another image. We're not going to use the other direct image from the library. So you have a choice of two. If you use from directly from the library, then that image that you're using, the AI will create directly from that image, or you can use the prompt setting here and create that version yourself. Now, one thing I would advise, if you want consistency in your character, so when you make your character, whatever character you have or the image, this becomes your reference image. Okay, this is the image that you can repurpose and use time and time again for consistency in all your other videos. So for this, I can actually select download. You'll see this little arrow there for download capability, and straight away I have that now downloaded. Let me open that up. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look. So there we go. That's our character here now created. We have a download of that. So we now have saved a copy for our reference images that we can use later, whether it's in Talking Photos or even Video Express. Now, once I'm happy with that, I select next. And now we've got the capabilities of choosing audio. So you have text to speech, clone voice. That's another third-party sister app. That you can actually have different levels of voices. You can create your own voices, etc., etc. So whether it's clone designed or even a public library, it's all integrated. If you do have clone voice, then you can actually use that within the platform, or you can record your own voice, or you can import your own audio. So if you have your own audio, maybe your client has an audio, you can actually drag and drop and actually import that directly. But for test purposes, let's just say, hey, welcome to the future. And straight away, we've got a number of different languages we can choose from. We've got a number of different voices with different levels of emotion. So what that means is that anyone indicated with emotions, you'll see on the right, will have different emotions that will be invoked when it comes to the speech pattern. Hyper realistic. Once you're happy with that, you can adjust the speed or the pitch. We select import speech. And what it'll do, it'll process that, and it will be now ready to process. So the next stage is next, and that's it. So you could have this as part one of your story, your video, etc., etc., and that's it. We go ahead and render video. Now, when we go to my video, we see that is now in the processing hub. Now, what you can do is once we have part one here, you can imagine you can create a part two and then a part three, depending on what your script is or what outcome, or maybe you just want that one video for your influencer style video, promoting product, service, or information, etc., etc. Now, what I can do, I can go to Video Express, okay, another sister app. I can go to Media Library, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to upload that reference image. So I'm going to load that image that we had there. Okay, and now we have it there, and you're probably wondering why would I want to do that? Because I want to go and recreate some motions for this character. So I can go to consistent character here, and I can go to reference photo is human. Yes, we want to keep that, or you can actually have photo realistic, depending on the version. You can test them both out. I have my image here as my reference image. I want to create this. Okay, recreate this image, but change the background to London City in front of Big Ben. Okay, so I'm going to go and select create image. So what it's going to do is it's going to take my reference image and it's going to recreate the exact image, but we're going to alter the background and create a different scene. Once that's created, then we can actually, this is the main key here, video action prompt. So what we can do from this, we can actually bring our image to life and add motions and a different action prompt behind the scene. So we can have a look. The male is waving, okay, and create video. That's it. That's all we have to do. So when we go back to Talking Photos, we can play this.
Hey, welcome to the future.
And we can now download that video. And if you want, yes, you can reuse it. You can repurpose it, make different parts of your story. If you have a part 2, part 3, or longer form video, it doesn't matter. And what I can do, this is now being processed. I come back to Media Library. I can come back here and we can upload that video file. The reason why, we can merge both. We can have that beautiful part 1 with the lip sync talking. You can do that within Video Express, but the level Talking Photos takes it to complete different levels. So this allows us consistency of creating speaking lip sync characters with motion and animation to promote your product or service and make it a fully fledged video essentially. Okay, so once that's done, we can see we have our part 1 now done. So I can literally drag this as part 1 of the speaking, and then it can segue into our second part of the video where there's motion, so kind of like a B-roll. Okay, so if you go to my AI videos, you'll see this is now being processed. And in the meantime, also, if you wanted to create other additional clips of the same character, maybe you want to replicate a motion, maybe he's doing a dance, or maybe you want to bring another character as part of it. You know, you have a multi-part character storyboard in Suit. You can actually use both, or just use talking photos as standalone. That's completely up to you. But if you want to elevate your video production, then yes, you can import that video and add more additional clips with emotions and characters. You can add lower thirds, filters, transitions, add captions, etc., etc. Okay, so that just allows you to take your projects to a whole different level. Okay, so what we'll do, we're just going to give it a few moments and we shall let our video render. Okay, that's our video. Let's have a look. There we go. We've got our male is waving his hand. And now what we can do is simply drag it onto the timeline editor, and here we go.
Welcome to the future.
And now what we can do, we can actually add other clips of him walking. Maybe he goes back into the office. Maybe he's, doing all sorts of motions and actions. And then we can come back. We can make another segment from this where he can then go back to speaking, etc., etc. So this way you have the flexibility of doing this, whether it's a male object. We have other objects here. So let me just save this. So let's just do this. Influencer 1. And just remember, you can do this with male, female. You can have a merger of both this character and object, Pixar style, as part of your scenes. And this is something called the Great Escape. This was also another version.
I know what you are thinking. Yay, I'm a poo. And in about 3 seconds, I'm getting flushed. But not today. I'm done being treated like I don't matter. So I ran. Because out here, I'm not just something to flush away. I'm something people remember.
Okay, so something like this, you can have any character object as your influencer, but the key here is that something like this, you can actually make effortlessly. You can merge both apps, make them work together, or you can use them as standalone applications. There's no problem whatsoever. But the key thing is sometimes, creating unique characters can go very, very viral and get you some really amazing results. And using this workflow, you can see how this was created as well, even what you've just seen, and it will walk you through the steps and some of the image prompts and even the video action prompts. So you can actually do this alongside the script if you're using Talking Photos AI, etc., etc. So here's a little template you can use for yourself, and just makes life so much more easier. But this was just a short guide how you can use both Talking Photos and Video Express together to make your videos. Remember, you have other elements of like replicate motion. You can have your character singing, dancing, or even having characters as all part of your video. So go ahead and try it out and create your hyper realistic, consistent influencer today.